Hello and welcome to a new review of another deck from my collection. Today we have this Kenwood KX9010. This was a top-of-the-line deck from Kenwood from the year 1989 until 1992. This deck succeeded the famous KX 1100HX, which was a very good deck, and probably, I don't remember, but it had quite a lot of features, maybe more than this one. And this deck, this 1910, was succeeded by the 1950 and 1958 S, sorry, and the S was because it featured Dolby S noise reduction, which this deck doesn't have. This has the usual BNC and also the HX Pro Dolby audio function. This deck is a very good quality deck, was top of the line, but it doesn't have many features. I'd say that this is probably, being expensive and very good quality, one of the decks, or the deck with the fewest functions. It has these controls. If I'm not wrong, it doesn't do the next track search of another decks. It doesn't have any bias or equalization control. It just has this automatic tape calibration system. And the buttons, the tape source, the counter reset, it has a counter. Well, the counter has minutes and seconds, but I don't know how to change from minutes to, yeah, it has only time. So that's it. The only maybe extra is the phones level, which some decks didn't have. They had a fixed output phones and the microphone. It has, but I don't have it, an infrared receiver to control the functions. And that's it. Later models, the Dolby, the 1950S had many more features. It could search next and previous track and had another functions. The special thing about this deck is that I will delete the calibration made before, and I will restart it. So when I press it, it fast forwards or rewinds, I haven't seen it, and it records some tones in the deck. And then when it finishes, it goes back. I will play what is being recorded. You hear that those I don't know if you will be able to hear it, but there's a high tone pitch recorded, and that's the way it does the calibration. I will start recording normally. The Smiths. This unit is in very good shape. Tape and source, you can't tell the difference. I'd say even that the tape is maybe with this precise tape, it's even brighter than the original. But also you can hear a bit of distortion. But it's very close to the source, the music, so it's in very good condition. So let's go to see the internals, and the very first thing you see, which I like to see, is that the layout is very clean. There's a huge, or big, not huge, but big motherboard with the power board, a small power supply board apart. Very simple. And this is the audio board, and the audio board has some daughter board. Probably I haven't studied it deeply, but this might be, or Either they are the Dolby circuitry or they are the recording and or playback amplifiers. Here we have more boards. One of them should be the auto tape calibration system, and we can see that it doesn't have many chips. So this deck was a deck that had a lot of functions integrated into very few components. I mean, the autotape calibration system usually required back in the days a lot of circuitry. This is not the case. This is not the case. Maybe there's some more circuitry hidden inside in the front panel, which we cannot see from this point, but I don't know. Another thing you can see is that the volume knobs that might be motorized. I don't know. Yeah, it's maybe motorized. They are in the middle of the board, and there are these shafts to control them from the front panel, which is also another indication that this was a quality cassette. And let's go to the best part of this deck, which is the mechanism. This mechanism is a Sankyo mechanism. Sankyo was a brand that made mechanisms, and I'd say, I'm not extremely sure, but this cam motor here is typical from this mechanism, and this mechanism is shared, most of it, with Nakamichi decks. Not that Nakamichi makes them, but Nakamichi used them. And you can see the double capstan there with the very big and dark flywheel. It's very big, extremely big, extremely tall, I'd say, or the width is very high. And it's a direct drive motor. You can see the coils there. See those? Those are the coils of the direct drive motor. The belt is quite wide. So this deck has a nice, there it is, has nice woven flutter figures. And this one is the fast forward and rewind motor. And this is the cam motor that engages functions. I will try to stop. See, stop. Let's try to rewind. I can see it. Play, rewind, fast forward. This is the motor that engages the mechanism into one or another function. Fast forward and rewind motors, and the capstan motors, which is a direct drive motor. And another thing was that this deck had this amorphous alloy combination head. These decks had very good heads. Heads had improved over the time, and by the time this deck was made, the heads were very good. And this is the deck which is going to be sold. Thanks for watching.